Hollywood, a place, an idea. It sells you this world of glamour and spectacle, of larger-than-life characters and stories. But behind the red carpets and the million-dollar marketing campaigns, there's a different kind of magic at work. The magic of light and shadow, of composition and movement, of capturing the fleeting essence of a moment on film. This isn't the work of algorithms or CGI, but of artists who wield the camera like a painter wields a brush. Men and women who understand the language of cinema, who can translate a director's vision into a visceral experience. This is the story of those artists, the cinematographers and camera operators who shape the way we see the world on screen. Let's talk about Roger Deakins. You want to talk about control, about precision? This is your guy. Deakins doesn't just light a scene, he sculpts it. Every shadow, every beam of light, meticulously placed to guide your eye, to evoke a mood. Watch 1917, that one-take masterpiece. It's a ballet of chaos and grace, and Deakins' camera is right there in the trenches with you every step of the way. Or Blade Runner 2049, a neo-noir drenched in atmosphere where every frame is a work of art. Deakins understands the power of darkness, of letting shadows tell the story. He's not afraid to leave things unsaid, to let the audience lean in and fill in the blanks. It's that trust, that confidence in his craft that elevates his work from mere cinematography to pure cinema. Then you have Chivo Emanuel Lubezki. This is a guy who bends the rules, who makes the camera dance. He's obsessed with naturalism, with capturing those raw, unfiltered moments that feel stolen from reality. Watch The Revenant, that brutal, immersive journey through the wilderness. You feel every bit of cold, every ounce of pain, because Lubezki puts you right there with DiCaprio, experiencing it alongside him. And how does he do it? Long takes, unbroken shots that stretch on and on, blurring the line between fiction and reality. It's like you're watching a documentary, except it's all carefully orchestrated. Every camera move planned to the millimeter. Lubezki makes it look effortless, but believe me, it's a high-wire act, and he's the master tightrope walker. Let's rewind the clock now. Back to the golden age of Hollywood. Greg Toland, this is the guy who redefined what a camera could do. Before Toland, most films were flat, stagey affairs. Then came Citizen Kane. Suddenly you had depth, you had layers, you had characters moving through space with a realism never seen before. It was revolutionary, and it all came down to Toland's mastery of deep focus. He figured out a way to keep everything in focus, from the foreground to the background, creating these incredibly rich and detailed compositions. It wasn't just a technical achievement, it was a storytelling tool. It allowed Orson Welles to pack so much information into every frame to create this tapestry of character and theme. Toland's legacy is immense. He pushed the boundaries of what was possible, and in doing so, he changed the language of cinema forever. Chapter 4, Gordon Willis, the Prince of Darkness. Now, let's talk mood. Let's talk about Gordon Willis, the Prince of Darkness, they called him. Not because he was some kind of Hollywood villain, but because he understood the power of shadows. Willis wasn't afraid to embrace darkness, to let it seep into his frames and create a sense of mystery, of unease. Watch The Godfather. Those iconic scenes with Marlon Brando shrouded in darkness, his eyes glinting in the light. That's Willis. He wasn't just lighting a scene, he was painting with darkness, creating a visual language that was both beautiful and unsettling. He understood that what you don't see can be just as powerful as what you do see. He knew how to use shadows to create suspense, to build atmosphere, to get under your skin. Chapter 5, Hoyt van Hoytma, the IMAX virtuoso. Hoyt van Hoytma, this is your guy for epic, for scale, for those jaw-dropping images that sear themselves into your brain. He's Christopher Nolan's go-to cinematographer, and for good reason. Hoytma understands the language of IMAX like few others. He knows how to use its immersive power to transport you to another world, whether it's the vastness of space in Interstellar or the beaches of Dunkirk in Dunkirk. And it's not just about the technology, it's about the artistry. Hoytma uses IMAX to create these incredibly intimate and emotional moments, even within these massive, sprawling canvases. He understands that true scale isn't just about size, it's about feeling. Chapter 6, Michael Chapman, From the Streets to the Ring. And then there's Michael Chapman, a guy who started as a camera operator, learning his craft on the mean streets of 1970s New York. He cut his teeth on Taxi Driver, capturing the gritty, neon-drenched underbelly of the city. Then he went on to shoot Raging Bull, one of the most visceral and kinetic boxing films ever made. Chapman's work is all about energy, about movement, about capturing the raw, unfiltered power of human emotion. He doesn't shy away from the ugly or the uncomfortable. In fact, he embraces it, finding beauty in the most unexpected places. But what about the tools of the trade, the technology that makes all this magic possible? Enter Garrett Brown, the man who gave us the Steadicam. This wasn't just some technical innovation, it was a revolution in filmmaking. Suddenly, the camera was freed from the tripod, able to move effortlessly through space. Watch The Shining, that iconic shot of Danny riding his tricycle down the hallway. Or Rocky as we run alongside Stallone up those steps. That's the Steadicam, giving us an immediacy, an intimacy that was never possible before. Brown didn't just invent a tool, he expanded the language of cinema. Now, let's talk about the unsung heroes, the guys behind the scenes who don't always get the credit they deserve. Jimmy Jib operators. These are the masters of the crane shot, the ones who give us those sweeping, majestic views that take our breath away. Think of the battle scenes in The Lord of the Rings, the camera soaring over the battlefield, giving us a god's eye view of the action. That's a Jimmy Jib, and it takes incredible skill and precision to operate one of those things. They're constantly adjusting for movement, for wind, for the weight of the camera, all while keeping the shot smooth and steady. Finally, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about Rachel Morrison, the first woman ever nominated for a Best Cinematography Oscar for her work on Mudbound. Morrison represents a new generation of filmmakers, one that's breaking down barriers and challenging the status quo. Her work is raw, it's intimate, it's unflinchingly honest, and it's beautiful. She doesn't shy away from difficult subjects or challenging perspectives. In fact, she embraces them, using her camera to give a voice to the voiceless. Her work on Black Panther is a testament to her talent and vision, a superhero film that's both visually stunning and culturally significant. Hollywood. It's a business, yes. But it's also a place where dreams are made, where stories are told, where emotions are evoked. And none of it would be possible without the artists behind the camera, the cinematographers and camera operators who bring those stories to life. The tools may change, the technology may evolve, but the essence of what they do remains the same: to capture the fleeting beauty of the world around us, to illuminate the human condition, to show us ourselves in all our complexity and contradiction. So the next time you're watching a movie, take a moment to appreciate the artistry on display, the craft that goes into every frame, because behind every great film there's a great cinematographer.